Myself, I'm Ravi. Teja. Myself, I'm Ravi Teja. So actually, I'm working as a data scientist in one of the MNC. Previously, I have the teaching experience as well as an industry experience. I worked in Indian Space Research Organization, where I have been working in the projects for Chandrayaan 2 and Mangalyaan projects. So later, I have published some of the research papers, and so many students have been done under me the projects of undergraduate and postgraduate. So where they are published with so many research papers. And now I am pursuing PhD in artificial intelligence. Parallelly, I'm working as a data scientist. And I have started one of my startup that is purely related to AI healthcare, where I received a patent healthcare, in the healthcare domain. So I developed one of the product which is like as a multi-disease detection on a single platform, where it can able to detect multiple diseases. No need of multiple diagnostics, going to diagnostic center, getting tests from various tests for a single disease. For even one through one kit itself, it able to tell that what kind of disease you are having. So in that for that product, I received a patent. So where I developed a project with the help of the AI, biotechnology, and electronics. So now this I am giving training for the students in not only in Python. I have done given the training in the statistics, machine learning, deep learning, CNN, and NLP. I am not restricted to only one domain. So I can able to teach in the multiple domains like AWS, DevOps, cloud, all the cloud technologies also, which I had taught previously. Especially here in the Go Online trainings, I given the training up to now in the here in this institute only on Python, and some other my own trainings and some other institutes where I have given the trainings in the machine learning, deep learning, and Gen AI. So current trending which it is running as generative AI. So up to there, whatever the course content is there, so I used to show. So just now I have typed that in everything in the notepad just to give an introduction for you. So I will share a screen, you will get an idea. So this is a Python where we used to cover a module one. So identify as comments, indentation, statements, variables, what are primitive data types, what are the data type, data structures like list, tuple, sets, and dictionary, everything will be covered here. In module 2, where I am going to cover as standard input and output, what are inputs, outputs, for loop, while loop, nested loop, if conditionals, those are all covered in module 2. Module 3, user defined functions, what are the function, how to define a function, different types of function, and lambda function. Module 4, exception handling, how to handle an exceptions, that is if you are getting an error while you are running a program, so how to handle those kind of exceptions. Module 5, user defined exceptions, so what are there, what is logging, debugging, everything will be covered in module 5. Module 6 or module 7, both are related to OOPS only. So how to implement the each and every program related to object-oriented programming, like abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, all these comes under into the OOPS concept. So everything will be discussed in module 6 and 7. Module 8 is how to interact with the databases. So suppose if you want to get the data from the some database, how you have to interact with the from the Python to get the data. That is module 8. Module 9 is you have, where we are going to study about the NumPy and Pandas libraries of Python. So this is a very important module. So in order to progress further, that is, if you are going for machine learning or deep learning, whatever it may be, at least you should have to know both the libraries very clearly. So there I will be more concentrating on these two libraries in module 9. In module 10, so like all the visualization libraries, Matplotlib, Seaborn, Plotly, Cufflinks, etc. So what are all the libraries which are existing at the date when I am telling this? All these libraries will be discussing there. So module 11 is descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics where you are going to cover as mean, median, mode, so average, finding everything related to some kind of statistics. This I am not going in detail. Just I am telling that where I am going to discuss the descriptive statistics. Inferential statistics, something is there. Based on the data, you are going to infer something from the data. So how to infer and how to infer from the data? That is known as inferential statistics. Already existing data, if you are doing something modifications on the data, where you will be calling a descriptive. So that I will be discussing there. To in order to describe existing data, whatever some operations you are going to perform on such kind of data, that all methods will be studying in descriptive. But inferential is data will not be existing completely. Data will be there something. From that itself, you have to infer that it might be getting this. It may not be getting this. Like that, you are going to infer something from the module 12. So what are the different methods you are going to study here also? Module 13 is where you are going to study as exploratory data analysis, EDA. So if you are giving the data, how to do a analysis of the data. Suppose if two variables are there, how the two variables are related to each other. What is the relationship between those two variables? If it is increasing, whether it is increasing or decreasing. If it is decreasing, whether it is increasing or decreasing. So suppose in order to find a relationship between the variables or in order to find out the what is the data approximation, what is the how the data will looks like, how the data variables is going to get related with each other, all these things, etc. What are missing values, how to handle the missing values, finding the null values, what are outliers, how to treat those outliers, all these things, how to find out the correlationship between the two, between so many variables at a time. Everything will be discussing. Various methods are there. All will be discussing module 13. Module 14 is machine learning algorithms, where we are going to discuss linear regression and logistic regression. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So module 13 is exploratory data analysis. Module 14, where we are going to discuss the machine learning algorithms like linear regression and logistic regression. We'll be discussing in the mathematical way, theoretical, mathematical, and practical. Both three will be seeing here. Mathematical intuition behind the linear regression, the theory about the linear regression, what are the assumptions of linear regression, how to what we are having the different kind of metrics we will be discussing here in the linear regression. Even the further similarly for logistic regression also. So next we will discuss some of the algorithm. These are all module 14 and 15. All this comes under the supervised learning. What is supervised learning? All will discuss at that time. If I start the topic, it will extend more. So at the end, we can discuss. Just I'm going to discuss What are all the topics we are going to discuss in these two modules? Linear regression, logistic regression, KNN, decision tree, random forest, ADA boost, gradient boosting, XGBoost. These are all boosting algorithms. All will be discussing there. In module 16, we'll discuss SVM and as well as PCA. PCA is nothing but principal component analysis, which is for the dimension reduction techniques. So, what is PCA? Everything we'll discuss here. 14, 15, 16, all related to machine learning algorithms. That is only supervised. In module 17 is unsupervised algorithms like k-mean clustering, hierarchical clustering, DB scan clustering. Different type of clusterings will be discussing in the module 17. In module 18, we'll be discussing as single-layered perceptron, multi-layered perceptron, forward propagation, back propagation, water activation functions, water loss functions, optimizers, water regularization techniques, how to initialize the weights, how to give the biases, what is the importance of bias. Every mod in this module we'll be discussing in deep. In the module 19, so for generative AI, which is the main basic is this module only, module number 18. So what we are hearing every day, the buzzword generative AI. So for all that, the basic is module 18 only. So for after learning this 18, module 19, where we are going to discuss computer vision. So we'll see all the basics of computer vision. That is what is kernel. So so how to do get the future map, all these things we are going to see here in the CNN basics. What is pooling, max pooling, what is average pooling, how to do this, what is padding, what is meant by stride. All these things we'll be seeing in the CNN basics. Later that we'll be seeing the vanilla CNN, LeanNet, LXNet, VGG16, VGG19, ResNet 50, ResNet 101, ResNet 152, InceptionNet, GoogleNet detection, object detection and segmentation algorithms. All this comes under into the module 19. All will be discussing in module 19. This itself, I think, will be taking at least 1 to 1.5 months only CNN. Module 20 is NLP. So where we are going to discuss as RNN, what is LSTM, what is bidirectional LSTM, text, all the text pre-processing techniques, like how to remove the stop words, how to convert from all the uppercase to lowercase letters, how to remove the digits, how to remove all the punctuations, apostrophes, etc., how to remove those special characters, how to remove the spacing. Such kind of all the pre-processing techniques will be studying here. Next, we will study what is encoder, what is decoder, what are transformers, what are GPT, and what are all the current existing algorithms today till date. What are all the algorithms which are existing? We will be studying some algorithms in depth in the module 20. Module 21 is related to projects, related to ML, CNN, and NLP. So, what are all these covered modules we have covered? Machine learning, CNN, and NLP. So, in each and every module, we'll try to do at least one project. For ML, we'll do one project, CNN one project, NLP one project. Parallelly, whenever you are doing here also, we'll be doing at least 20 projects. So for each and every algorithm, this is a kind of mini project. So you have to do the at least one project for each and every algorithm. So for each and every algorithm, your main intent, I will ask you to get an accuracy with these algorithms also at least 98%. When compared to LeanNet, LXNet is somewhat better. Compared to LXNet, VGG is somewhat better. Compared to VGG, ResNet is better, but in terms of accuracy. But even though if I ask you to give the project, so whatever you have learned with the vanilla CNN itself, you have to do some kind of hyperparameter, whatever you want to do, that is your wish. But anyhow, you have to make it to bring us 98%. If I'm doing vanilla CNN, if I'm getting only 60%, you are supposed to do that the same program, same thing, something you have to change to get to 98 percentage. What something you have to change that you have to think and do. So this kind of assignments will be giving to you. So parallelly, every day whatever I am telling, parallelly will be getting some kind of assignment based on the whatever I told. So that is what in the CNN. Module 21 is projects what we have covered in machine learning, CNN and NLP. Module 22 is purely related to generative AI, which now currently existing. So what are large language models? What is retrieval? What is meant by the indexes? What is vector databases? Where these vectors will going to get stored in these vectors? Like Vias database, Chroma database, such kind of databases are there. All those databases will be studying here. What is Hugging Face? What is prompt engineering? What is LangChain? What is Llama Index? All these things will be covered. So here I have written only less content, but whatever I'm going to deliver is more content. So if I tell in detail, it will get so many things related to Gen AI. So each and every technique will be discussing both the theoretical as well as practical. So whatever AI course is, only practical will not get in the you will not get good knowledge. You have to know the theoretical knowledge also. If you know theoretical programming, internal mathematical intuition, then only you can get the AI course easily. Unless if you know only Python programming, if you are just only copying paste typing only, then there is no use. You have to know the theory also. Then only you can write. Suppose if you are a Python developer, you no need of required any kind of theory. Just only you will learn all the syntax, what are all the methods and techniques will be using in Python. If you learn, that's enough. What are the program they will give you, you will write. But in kind of machine learning, deep learning, all this, you know only Python, it will not be enough at all. Even machine learning also simply writing in machine learning code, if you are going to implement, you will write only one line of code, just only one line. In order to write one line, if you know Python, that's enough. Then what is the use of writing one line? What is the mathematical intuition behind that one line? If you know the mathematical intuition behind that one line, then only you can do. Without knowing mathematical intuition, how can you write that? So that all the mathematical intuition, theoretical knowledge also should be required. So then only whatever you are doing, you could know. So that's why we'll be covering both the theoretical as well as practical. So if you have any doubts, you can ask regarding this. So Rishi, I will come to you. So remaining people, Aryan, Chandra, Gangadhar, Sarir, Vishnu. Do you have any doubts?
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, this side Sarit. So, how much? Math is required here?
max everything. Whatever the algorithm, suppose if you are taking here linear regression, here statistics is there where you require mathematics, where we'll be discussing very detailed. You don't no need to worry. Even if you are telling linear regression, we'll be discussing entire mathematical intuition. That is all the simple formula like y equal to mx plus c. I think you know this formula from childhood onwards. Such kind of basic mathematics only will be there. You no need to
Hmm.
worry that as in deep mathematics will not be there. Only here deep learning artificial neural networks where you will be having the uh, like back propagation if you want to do some partial differentiation which is required.
Okay.
So what is the differentiation? All these things will be covered here. So this is
Hmm.
the main intuition to get updation of your weights. So in order to get the updation of weights, That is main principle behind that is mathematics only. That is because of differentiation. That's why everyone is asking that if you are going for learning AI, mathematics is required. Why they will say means because of especially this concept. So generative AI, NLP, all these come if it is coming and if you are doing today Gen AI, this all because of this back propagation only. That back propagation weights is updated through the differentiation only.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
Okay.
whether they will ask you to do derive all those weights, how it will update the weights in the interview, no one will ask. Just you have to know behind what is the intuition behind that, how it is
Mm.
happening. If you know, that's all.
Okay. So how can we, I mean, for example, if I know the math, okay, so I know the logic, I know the formula as well,
Yeah.
through which I can, get the results out, right? So how can I convert that into Python code? I mean, so at the end we have to, convert every mathematics into Python itself, right?
Yeah, that's why you no need to worry. Mathematics, everything, there are inbuilt functions which is providing by the Python. Just you have to write as something activation equal to ReLU. That's all. Just you
Mm-hmm.
have to mention the names in the Python. You no need to write a mathematics code.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
how?
are you gonna teach us from the basic, because since I don't know anything about the Python, how it can be?
Everything, whatever I have given here, everything will be covered from basic only.
Okay, okay,
Here I have written very less topics. I will tell more than this.
okay. So how much time this program is required to, complete?
Actually, it will be for 6 months.
Okay.
Actually, based on the student level. Suppose in my class, suppose he knows something. If he doesn't know anything, it will take more than 6 months also.
Mm-hmm.
Based on suppose if he is learning, he is a quick learner and fast learner, no, so then I can move very fast based on the student who are coming in my batch. Based on that I will move, so I cannot go skip that as I have to finish the topic for the day. So I will have to go to next topic. I won't do like that unless if you are not understanding, I'll be in the same topic only. After the understanding completion only, then only I'll move to other topic.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah, what about others? Vishnu, Gangadhar, Chandra, and
One more
Aryan.
thing. So, one more thing. Is there any specialization which we can, go into more? I mean, for example, we understand the, Python, SQL, and other things, right? Math and statics.
Suppose
So,
here, if you want to go in deep, only I want to restrict only into the specific domain. I don't want to go into the full stack. So if it will take more time. Suppose that like that, if it is there in your mind, you can choose any domain. Like machine learning, you can choose. Either you can choose CNN, computer vision, you can choose, or you can choose a generative AI, NLP.
mm-hmm.
So you can choose any of the domain and you get into the deep dive into that particular domain and practice it, and after that getting into the job of machine learning or computer vision or generative AI, then you go for other topics. That is also possible. So you can go specific into the one domain and do it, and you can go later instead of going full stack data science if you are thinking that it will take more time.
Right, right, right.
Suppose if you want to learn generative AI, suppose you have chosen only generative AI. I will start from the Python. Initially, I will start Python. After completion of Python, immediately I will come to here artificial neural networks.
Mm-hmm.
After telling all these artificial neural networks, immediately I will jump to NLP. I will not tell CNN. Module
Mhm.
19 I will not cover. After 18 I will come to 20.
Right, right.
After 20, 22. So 18 and 20, if you know the basics, if you are very strong 18 and 20, this generative AI is nothing. It will, for you, it will can understand very easily. So these two which will be covered somewhat in deep. After covering all these two modules, then I will start generative AI. In this also we have so many topics. If they are not restricted. So I think you are seeing every day. Every day Google is suppose today Google developed one model. Tomorrow some other OpenAI is developing another model. Within 1 day gap, so many models are coming. Like that, the AI is moving very fast. That means you have to you if you want to or know if you also have to implement such all those current existing research models also you have to know generative AI all the techniques very well. So retrieve so even in the jobs also currently they are more focusing on generative AI only instead of all this whatever I told here up to here. So instead of focusing up to 21 modules, they main asking also in the company's 22nd module only. Even 22nd module also, if you want, you can join this 22nd module separate course. So where I'll be covering what are essentials of NLP, what are the basics which I'll cover. Immediately I'll go into generative AI into the deep. So where you have the so many concepts of generative AI here. What are the different techniques of retrieval? What is meant by indexing? What are different vector databases? What is meant by vector? Like what is meant by augmentation techniques? What is different kinds of routing? What is meant by supervised tuning, unsupervised fine tuning? What is different augmentation techniques? All these things we have different variety types of techniques which are there every day it is coming. So all these will be covered into the deep. Each and every technique will see theoretical as well as practical. If you choose only generative AI, I will take at least 4 to 5 months into the deep dive. So because it all if you want to expertise, you can choose this generative AI module. Even nowadays, the companies are also more asking like this. But I don't want this. I need full course starting from Python to till generative AI. That is also fine. So that all based on the student space, how they are moving like suppose if he is fast learner he or she will complete within the 6 months. If he is taking to time to learn so more than 6 months, that also it's fine based on your understanding, based on how you are responding. I will move that. So if you are choosing generative AI, at least 4 months I will take. So only covering of Python, NLP basics, immediately move into generative AI, all the topics from the starting to current today research up to today 20th June 2024. So when like that we'll be covering all the algorithms and we'll implement together. Even I will also do you are also supposed to do in your system. This is from my side. If you have any doubts still you can ask me.
Thank you, thank you. What is the placement rate? I mean, how successful you are into this field?
Ravi sir,
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, placement definitely in the upcoming, even nowadays also, whatever it is coming technologies is going to get replaced by AI. Definitely in the upcoming years, AI engineers must and should required. So if you have the skill, definitely you will get the job related to the AI. So, but the learning the skill, just only knowing the basic and outer structure will not. get into the AI job. So, like other softwares, what are the software courses which are existing in the market? If you know an outer structure also, if you know only the basics also, you will get the job very easily. Like software courses, I think you know the tools. Suppose if you are learning some tool, if you know
Mm.
the basic, how to operate, how to do, if you know that, fine, definitely you'll get. In the same way, if you think that I will also learn the same way in AI, it will not work. Just learning and doing the program, it will not get the job easily. They will ask everything, mathematical intuition behind each and every algorithm in the interviews. They will not ask you to write a program. They will ask you definitely write a program. That is a common for every programmer jobs like a Python or SQL, whatever it may be. But for AI, I'm telling especially if you are going for AI job, if they will not ask you to write a Python program, just you will write model building only one line. For writing one line, there is not required data scientist. No, even Python programmer also can write that one line. So then, what is the use of data scientist? So you have to know the mathematical intuition behind that. So you suppose the accuracy. Even Python programmer also have implemented the program and he got an accuracy as example as 80 percentage. So what the data scientist has to do? His main job is to reach to accuracy to 95, above 95 percentage. In order to get a 95 percentage, what types of techniques he has to use, where he has to change. Suppose any data has to get added, everything the decisions has to be taken by data scientist only. So that's why that is the purpose of data scientist. So there only the job plays main role, even for machine learning or deep learning or generative AI. Writing a code, writing a simple lines of the code, getting the from the Google or GitHub, wherever you go, you'll get easily. But what is the mathematical intuition behind that? So what how suppose if you want to get an accuracy, where if you want to get accuracy, some parameters has to change. Some parameters will be getting from your theoretical and mathematical understanding only. So if you know those concepts very well, that means you have to increase that parameter, it will come in your mind. So that you will be giving the same parameter in Python code also. So all these things, if you want, don't think that I'm telling again, don't think that like other course, it will not be the same. Other courses. So there you will be just learning the skill. If you know the outer structure, if you know the basics, you will get the job. But in AI, you have to know mathematical intuition, you have to know the programming, you have to know the skills of the programming skills and logical skills, and you have to know the how to deep dive into those techniques. Everything you have to know in detail. For data scientists, not only Python here, you have to require SQL and Power BI also. Those two also should be required in full stack data science. Anyway, those I will not tell, Bhaskar sir will tell. That's why I did not mention here. So those also should be required to get us to be full stack data science. So what I am going to cover only those I mentioned here. Python followed by discrete statistics and machine learning. So definitely in the future, if you know, especially generative AI, and make sure that each and every company, if you check, you can ask any company. Every company nowadays, they are preferring generative AI. Everything they are trying to implement through Gen AI. Everything. Whatever the programming language, whatever the technology it might be. So, but they are going through Gen AI. So that means in future, by this itself, you if you check, Gen AI engineers are should be required. For each and every company, at least 10 to 15 jobs minimum will be there.
Okay, okay. So you're gonna cover Python, statics, and somewhat math, and even these, specialized things like
If
Gen
you
AI.
that is all depends on you. What course you want to choose, based on that will go. Suppose if you are choosing full stack data science, starting from Python, machine learning, statistics, everything will be covered. But if you are choosing only generative AI, I don't want to go all these things. First, initially, I will tell Python. Later, I will cover all the NLP basics. Later, I will go into the deep dive of Gen AI. So each and every technique, theoretical as well as practical, based on what the course you chosen, it will be decided. It will not be same for all the courses.
Mhm.
For learning Gen AI, it's not like we have to study neural networks. We have to study everything of related to AI, which you have given in all those modules.
Yeah, this 18 module, if you know, it will be good. Even the 18 module will be covered in deep, 18 and 20.
So, how much time do we need to invest regularly for six
Pardon?
months? How much time do we need to invest regularly on daily basis?
So for at least 1 hour, at least. At least after class, you have to spend 1 hour.
After class 1 hour, so 2 hours in total.
Hmm. Yeah.
Ravi, if it includes full stack data science, then you will also teach the SQL and also the Power BI
No,
or
no.
Tableau, right?
SQL Power BI, Bhaskar sir. I will not teach those.
So if we take the program of full stack, then Bhaskar Jogi will teach the SQL and the Tableau and Power BI, right? Or else do we need to opt the different? That's altogether a different course.
That all team, go online team will tell you once you
Okay.
contact.
Okay. Okay. Hmm.
Full stack data science, those two also you should require. So that how you will choose, that all depends on you.
Hello. Sir,
Yeah.
I'm already working as a MSBI developer in a small sized company. So, but
Okay.
I just have 1 year and 4 months of experience currently. So after learning this, after 6 months, I will after 9 months, if I learn everything properly. So in 2 years of experience, will I get good opportunities?
Definitely you will get it. See, by content itself you can know. So all the what all the contents relate to full stack, everything I kept here.
Okay. So the suggestion will be to go for the full stack. All these topics need to be learned, like machine learning algorithms also, right?
Yeah. So one thing you can go, one thing you can go initially, try to go for machine learning and learning all the algorithms. Step by step we have to come. First we have to learn the Python very like into the depth, and you should be able to write programs. That is the first round of any entry of data science, especially if you go for machine learning. So that you have to be able to crack. So that will target first round. So that is fine. So later we'll move to the statistics, where which is an essential topics which are required. All this will be discussing there. After covering all those machine learning, that statistics will go for machine learning. After covering of all the algorithms, we will be everything they are doing now with ML ops. MLOps is nothing but like all the DevOps technology, like how DevOps tools which are there, like Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, all these things which is an integrated with machine learning nowadays. So some companies now they are offering with MLOps. Previously, if you know machine learning and if you know how to deploy in the AWS or Azure cloud, that is more than enough. Now that is not enough for current tech trend. They are looking for the ML ops. So how to do like as a DevOps? The similarly, you have to know all the techniques which are behind that. So all those tools will be learning. The similar to like a DevOps. So that is ML ops. So you have to do the projects with the ML ops only. So if you choose and for the machine learning, you have to go in that path. Only up to machine learning. After of completion of ML ops, try the jobs for machine learning. After trying the jobs for machine learning, then you can learn remaining ENN, CNN, NLP, Gen AI. But I don't want to go machine learning. Suppose I want to go directly to generative AI, that is also fine. So that some people will think that if I learn machine learning only, then only I have to go generative AI. Like that, some people used to think. Not like that. If you are interested now itself generative AI, you can choose the generative AI also. Like you first of all Python, later you have to go for ANN or learning of artificial neural networks, doing theoretical, practical, doing some kind of mini project in that. After that, go to NLP. All the pre-processing techniques like some libraries like NLTK, Spacey, GenSim, TextBlob, Stanford. All these libraries are there where we'll be discussing all the pre-processing techniques, different techniques and algorithms like RNN, LSTM, bidirectional LSTM, encoder, decoder, autoencoder, self-attention, transformers, everything we'll be discussing. Later, immediately we'll be jumping into generative AI. So this is a step-by-step process if you choose that module. So directly, if you are seeing all these things at a time, everyone, for every person, it will get fear. So that's why you please don't fear. So whatever the modules are there, everything will be covered in detail. If you choose full stack data science and until you get completion of module 22nd, you should not go, you should not wait for job. After completion of ML itself, you can try for the jobs like that. Suppose I don't want to go, you can choose any of the module, only single module. First try, first learn that and go to the job. After going to the job, after some months again you join this and do completion of remaining modules. Or otherwise, if you want to go at a time, that is also fine. At all, how you are capable, how you can able to catch those topics, and all depends on you. So person to person, it will get varied.
Okay, thank you, sir. Also, you said there are many upgradations regularly, like new things come in this area. So we will be learning those new things as well, like what changes are
If you
go
choose this module, you will learn
okay,
generative AI.
okay,
So present research is everything on generative AI. Even I am doing PhD on generative AI. So is it fine for I think I cleared almost every doubt of everyone. Still, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. What about Rishi, Gangadhar?
Sir, good morning. Hello.
Hello?
Sir, good morning. Gangadhar.
When I am not getting your voice clearly.
Sir, Gangadhar. Good morning.
No, I'm not getting. Sorry.
Sir,
Can you?
I'm also fine. If I just wanted to ask if do we have to additionally like we have to clarify whether we have to whether we have the generative AI module also, or is it already in the package itself?
Full stack data science is there. It will be in the package, but you will be learning at the last module.
Okay.
That means after 7 months, 6
Okay.
months, sorry.
Right.
You will be learning at the last. So one thing I can do is whatever you are doing machine learning, no, machine learning up to Python, it will be covering in one track, and we can start parallelly with the ANN, another track. 2 classes, 2 hours I can take.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So 2 tracks will be covered. One track will be going with machine learning, one track will be going with the Gen AI.
All right, sir. Thank you.
How will be transition from other domain to data science? Only through projects. So whatever you are doing, whatever you are learning here, you have to do the projects and project yourself in the LinkedIn and in the resume. Only by that only you can go change from one domain to another domain. Without projects, without only knowing the concepts, no one will care you. Must and should have to do the projects. So we will do together, no worries. Even I will also be there with you. I will make you to do. So 2 classes I will tell parallelly. Okay then. Okay, hope real time project, real time only. So whatever the real time is nothing but what real time. Can anyone say what is real time? So the data, based on the data, whatever we are getting from the company side, based on the data you are supposed to do. That generative AI data itself, which is a public data only. So which will be available in the internet also. Whatever the companies are doing now. That is that by the data itself they are doing everything. So that is real data. Once you think that if you are joining this course, make sure that you have to learn the mathematical intuition. Don't think that like other courses, every day you have to practice every day because AI is updating every day. So we are very lag. So how the current trend of AI, if you compare and what we have the knowledge today, we are very lag behind that. So the every day some research is going happening in AI every day. We have to reach to that level. If you want to go to that level, you have to know all these basics. Unless if you don't know these basics, you cannot go to that level. Even if you know all these concepts very well here, definitely whatever the today algorithm it is coming, you will understand very easily what it is happening, what Google have developed, why they based on which model they have reached to that much level of an accuracy. By seeing that itself, you will get an idea.
Hello. Sir, I was looking into this one of the project which I had come across. So I was learning only. So the project was like for a finance company, the team had to make a chat box instead of displaying the data. There was a chat box which the company had asked. So whatever questions, the chat box was answering those questions based on the data which it had. Like it was the financial data of the companies. So like what we do in SQL, what we do in SSIS, instead of that, it was all
Yeah,
working.
that is only generative AI.
So we'll be learning how to make chat boxes, right? How
Yeah,
with
in
the help of
generative
data.
AI. Here, what you asked, it will come in this module.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
That is one project, not one project. That is a basic thing. First itself, I will tell that only. That is RAG, where what you asked, that concept comes under RAG. I will wait for another 5 more minutes. Still, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Once you think and you can ask me.